These are the dominant 7th chords with a raised 11th on the 1, 2, 3, 5 string family, and these will be in E. We're going to start out with the flat 5 chords on E7 as their inversions, but also keeping in mind 3 basic harmonies that work within this kind of sound, and that is the B minor major 7, the D major 7 with the raised 5th, and also the B7 with a raised 9th in certain instances as well. So we'll start out with the flat 5, and this is the E7 with the flat 5. E, D, G sharp, and A sharp. The next inversion is G sharp, E, A sharp, and D. Same shape as the first, the E7 flat 5, which is A sharp or B flat, G sharp, D, and E. And then, again, the same shape as the first on D, D, B flat, E, and G sharp. And we'll go back to the first, E7 flat 5, and that of course comes from the E13, E, D, G sharp, and C sharp. That's sort of a sound. Okay. We can move the G sharp down to F sharp, and of course we get the E, like an E9 flat 5 kind of sound. Also, if we plane upwards for this F sharp 9, we have the A sharp. So that gives us the sound that we're looking for. Also on this E13, we raise the bass voice to F sharp, and then we lower the top voice to B flat. And this is sort of a B flat 7 with a raised 5th over the E. So that's fine for this kind of sound as well. And now the minor major 7 proper, which is F sharp, D, A sharp, and B. And if we lower the bass voice, it's as though we took the regular E7 and raised the alto voice from G sharp to A sharp. E, D, A sharp, and B. Raise the soprano to C sharp, so we have a 13 sharp 11. Great sound. Bring the F sharp up on the bass. Do the same thing with the C sharp and the soprano. This makes it a D major 7 sharp 5. Now if we raise the third, as we said, so if we go back with this sort of process, the minor major 7 raise the root, gives us the major 7 sharp 5. If we raise the third, this is G sharp, D, A sharp, and C sharp. So this is a B flat 7 sharp 9 over E. We can lower the top voice to B, so we get G sharp, D, A sharp, and B. Very nice. Okay. And then moving ahead, of course, we have this sort of F sharp 7 sharp 5. So it's part of the B flat 7. So the sharp 5 chords can come into play there. They're in the same sound family. And now this is the B minor major 7, A sharp, F sharp, B, and D. You know, if we use the voice exchange, we get the traditional B, F sharp, A sharp, and D, but we're going to collapse the voices for a reason, because we need to move the voices inside. This is A sharp, F sharp, B, and D. We move the B to C sharp, and you can see we have a D major 7 sharp 5. Now if we move the third, we moved the root from B to C sharp. Now we're going to move the F sharp to G sharp. So this is a B flat 7 sharp 9, B flat, A flat, C sharp, and D. And we notice we have a minor 7 flat 5 there as well. Okay, here. those chords have that sound. So they all work. They're all part of that sound family. Now if we go to this chord, this is the flat 5, B flat, A flat, D, and E. Raise the top to F sharp, and we have the B flat 7 sharp 5. So we have a cycle of major thirds with the sharp 5, whereas we had the flat 5s here. We had E and then B flat. So now we have the sharp 5s that do the same thing, F sharp and then also B flat rather. And if we raise from here the D to E, we have that sound. That's that type of, we have like an F sharp sound there, you know, an F sharp add 9 sound, and then back. Now B minor major 7, B, A sharp, D, and F sharp. Move the root to, up a whole step, so B goes to C sharp. So we have D major 7, sharp 5. Now if I exchange C sharp and D, I get this chord. I'll bring it down. This is D, A sharp, C sharp, and F sharp. So that's a D major 7 sharp 5. So this kind of, now if I raise the 5th, F sharp to G sharp, there's my B flat 7 sharp 9, only it's over the E, which gives me that sound. Now I'm going to move to a B flat major 7, a B flat minor major 7 here. And this is D, B, F sharp, and A sharp. The top voice can also move to G sharp, which gives me my regular 9th chord kind of sound. G sharp minor 7 flat 5 over it. Move the middle voice to C sharp. And if we do that here, we have the D major 7 sharp 5, D, C sharp, F sharp, and A sharp. So voice exchange. We have that chord now. Also, we have this kind of C sharp 13 suspended. If we move the B minor major 7, the 3rd down, that's kind of interesting too. So a little bit of embellishment there, and of course a little stretchy, but we can move the F sharp to G sharp and get the sharp 9 a little easier here. So this would be a B flat 7 sharp 9, and then continuing on from there, we can make an adjustment on the top voices as well. We can get the B, and we have also that. Now this leads us into the F sharp 9 and the E 9 with the sharp 11 as well. So that gives us a fairly basic picture of the dominant 7 with a sharp 11 family on E. So we can get an idea of the minor 7 flat 5 chords that are involved, the major 7 sharp 5, and then the sharp 9 chords as well. And this would all give you, these will all give you the sound of that chord in particular. There's a few things that should be considered before we leave it. We had looked at these types of chords, which was, this one was like an 11th chord. So E, C sharp, D, and A for a regular 11th. And that's kind of a Lydian Dominant 7 sound. If we just raise the A to B flat, that's a nice 13 with a sharp 11 as well. So that comes from, that comes from this chord. And remember we said this chord was movable. For instance, on major 7, it was here. This was F sharp, D sharp, E, and B. Regular dominant, and now dominant with a sharp 11. Very nice. And you can see how it's a displace of these voices. If we take the E, the D, and the F sharp, and sort of displace the voices and make this E and D, so we just run them in contrary motion. The same with this chord. We said this minor 9 was good for major 7 here. G sharp, F sharp, A sharp, and B, and then we said we could do it on C sharp as well for major 7, but for minor 7 it was right on the root. And we said for the dominant 7, B, A, C sharp, and D, we'll now make A sharp. So we have that chord as well. So B, A sharp, C sharp, and D. Again, another 13 with a sharp 11. Should also be noted here, this B, A sharp, D, and F sharp that we talked about, we could voice exchange there. So I made B and A sharp exchange. A sharp, B, D sharp, F sharp. And so this is kind of like that B minor 7. And we can use major 7 there. B, C sharp, D, and A sharp. B minor major 9 over E. Of course, that works. Going back to this chord, well, actually here, B flat or A sharp, B, D, and F sharp. Now the rule is we move the root up to C sharp. So that's the D major 7 with the sharp 5. And then we just move the F sharp to G sharp. And then we have the B flat 7 sharp 9. This would be B flat, C sharp, D, and G sharp. So it kind of carries on from that sound. Give the minor major 7 kind of sound that works there. So also with the C sharp, A sharp, D, and E from the F sharp, so the D major 7 being embellished. So all of those chords can get an embellishment as well. So the top voice, can move. It can be, for instance, there's your F sharp 7 again. A sharp 7 with a sharp kind of sharp 5. Just like we did here. And that rounds out the system, so to speak. And of course, you could always put an E, F sharp, A sharp, and B. Like for the major, move the C sharp to D. E, so this B, C sharp, and then D. E, F sharp, A sharp, and D, like an augmented chord on top, C sharp, A sharp, and this leads to all of this great stuff that we did before. Really nice stuff. Great sounds. So that'll finish the basics for the dominant 7 sharp 11 family, 1, 2, 3, 5 on E.